Hey guys, welcome back to Blind Strike Exotics. I'm John, and I have a little, not hatchling anymore because he was born in September or October, but a hatchling that I'm shipping out today. And I was on Instagram yesterday, and people were talking about shipping costs and how expensive it is, and came across somebody that said they wanted to possibly, provide free shipping for customers, when it comes time to start breeding and sending them out. And I replied that wasn't a good idea. And I kind of wanted to start a series about smart business decisions for new breeders or for smaller breeders, especially if you're selling snakes that are not worth thousands of dollars like JKR or Aussie or places like that. So I want to start with this topic of shipping. In the last year, FedEx costs have risen drastically. I think of the 100 things that I shipped out last year in 2021, the average cost for shipping was probably around 60, 70 bucks at the very most. This year, that's like the floor of what things cost, and that's like, I live in Pittsburgh, that's if I'm shipping to Pennsylvania, Ohio, New York, maybe down to Maryland. Anything that's going west, probably past the Mississippi is probably close to $100 to ship a snake out, like for a guy this small. I think I sold a one of my subadults this week, and I'm shipping it out west somewhere, and I think the cost is like $120 to ship that snake out west. And you cannot provide free shipping for every snake that you sell if shipping costs are that high. And here's the math on that and why. Let's say you have a snake that you're selling for $200. Let's say it's a GHI Mojave. I don't know what they're going for right now, but I'm using this as an example. That snake's $200. That's not all profit because it took you a couple years to raise up the parents. It took you, electricity, food, other heating elements, whatever else you had to pay for, invest into those snakes, the parents, on top of buying the parents themselves. So now you have this hatchling that you're going to try to sell for $200. If you're giving somebody free shipping on that $200 snake and you're shipping it across the country and that shipping cost is $100, then you're only making $100 on the sale of that snake. So the shipping costs already cut your profit in half. So now you have a $100 snake. You have to deduct the cost of the electricity. You have to deduct the costs from the time that you really started, with those parents, all the food you've put into those parents. You also have to account for your time in this stuff. And that's something that people, small business owners really don't account for, is your time is worth something as well. You can't just put number values on physical, tangible items. Your time is worth something. And, I run a small IT company, and the majority of what I'm charging clients for is my time. It's not for physical products I'm offering them, it's for my time and my expertise. You also have to charge for that in these snakes. When you're selling these snakes, when you're producing these snakes, your expertise is producing these snakes. You also have to charge for that time. So if you have a $200 snake and you're already cutting off half of your profit by offering free shipping to a customer on it, and then you deduct out all of the expenses you had to create that snake, and then you try to account for your time that took to produce the snake, you're probably not making any money. And as a matter of fact, on a $200 snake, you're probably losing money. And that goes for that whole clutch as well, because if you produced one $200 snake in that clutch, there's a possibility that you produced a couple other snakes that were worth $100. Or maybe you produce a normal and you're getting 50 bucks for it. People that produce snakes that are worth $7,000 can afford to offer free shipping in the negotiation phase of buying a snake. Because at the end of the day, when you're selling a snake for $7,000, that $100 shipping or $60 shipping or whatever it costs isn't gonna put a big dent in your pocket. It's not really gonna hurt your bottom line. Now, those things do add up, and that's the other thing you have to keep in mind when you're producing a lot of snakes is, if I sold and shipped out 100 snakes last year, and even if the average cost of those snakes was $1,000, and I gave free shipping to every single person that bought one, I'd still be losing 10% of my profit on that. And on top of that, if you're using a credit card processor or PayPal, they're taking 3% out of that as well. So you're losing thousands of dollars if you're just giving everybody free shipping all of the time if you're producing expensive snakes. If you're producing inexpensive snakes and you're $100, $200, $300 for a snake, you're probably losing money on some of those sales by the time you're getting rid of those snakes. So that kind of will lead me into another video, which is about smart business decisions for small business owners in the snake industry, which is you don't want to be producing snakes that are $100. It's not worth your time. There's probably too many snakes on Morph Market. There's over 20,000 snakes on there. There don't need to be that many, especially because a large portion of them are cheaper, more inexpensive snakes. There needs probably to be a more even number of snakes on there that are cheaper and more expensive. But that's a different video. But it'll all tie together when I kind of finish up this video series. But as far as shipping goes, if you're trying to run this as a business and not just a hobby, and even if it's a hobby, it still can't pay for itself if you're eating $100 in shipping every time you ship out a snake. So you need to be smart about how you're doing this. You're not being a good guy by offering free shipping to people. You can't run a business like that. You are running your business into the ground. And that's the actual quote I used on that Instagram post, which I thought really kind of tells the story. If you're running a business, you need to do it smart. And a lot of people that start these snake businesses haven't ran a business before. They don't know what they're doing. They're kind of just learning on the fly, which is how most people need to do it. But it's going to fail if you're not making smart choices. And this is one of those things I felt was an easy topic to kind of introduce the whole concept of making smart decisions running your business. And we'll end it there. I think it's a good way to start it. Do not offer free shipping on everything you sell. It's okay occasionally. It's okay on your more expensive snakes. Sometimes even offering 50% off on shipping. If it's $100 shipping cost and you're selling $1,000 snake, and if that's the way you want to work a discount into it and say, okay, I'll pay 50, you pay 50, we'll get it shipped to you, then great. If you have somebody buying 2 or 3 snakes from you and you want to give them free shipping, that's probably okay too, because it takes 3 snakes off your hands. You're getting 3 sales out of it. So you have to be smart with it. But if they're buying 1 snake from you, I usually don't do a discount on those, and I usually don't do free shipping. The only thing I will offer at that point is if somebody wants to pay with Venmo or somebody wants to pay with friends and family, I will give shipping discounts like kind of equal to whatever I'm saving in the credit card processing fees. But if somebody wants to pay goods and services, I usually don't offer deals because they're buying that snake. I'm losing 3% in the credit card processing fees from PayPal or from Square or Stripe. I think it's Stripe. And then, there's the shipping cost. And if somebody wants free shipping on top of that, sometimes that's eating into 10% of your value of that snake. If you have $1,000 snake and you're giving them free $100 shipping, you're losing another 10% of your profit, which means that you can't upgrade your collection, which means that you can't pay the electric bill that month, which means you can't feed your rats or you can't buy rats for your snakes. So you need to be very, very careful with where your money is coming in and out of your business. And you need to maximize your profit if you want to be successful in this game.